in the chat, and I want everybody to hear what he says.
Okay, so Untamed, let me just ask you, why do you want me to? What's a nationalist? Is that what a racist is?
No,
they don't know what that is.
It's like he's gonna let him explain that.
Okay, he's gonna tell you.
Yeah, but Untamed, why do you want to give the platform to a racist?
Just let him.
No, just let him talk. Let him talk, because I want to hear him.
Yeah.
Let's hear what he gonna say.
Go ahead, Facts.
Hey, how y'all doing? So to answer your first question, a white nationalist is, we believe in taking care of our own people, securing white people. We don't believe in policing other races. We believe in simply securing our own race, taking care of our own existence. I don't believe that white people have any business in trying to control anything that's any other race other than white. I don't, as a white nationalist, so I'm not a neo or a supremacist. I am a nationalist. I don't believe that I'm superior than you. I don't believe that I'm better than you. I don't believe anything to that nature. I still believe we're equal people. I just don't like anything other than white. I believe that we all need to separate and go to our home countries, and that meaning that all white people do go back to European nations. People from Africa need to go back to Africa, and they need to be returned monetary value, each person, what was stolen from their country. I also know that white people hold the power per se in America. Black people were set up to fail, so it's not your fault when shit goes wrong in America. I mean, that's just the baseline of where I am. I don't believe that white people and black people should mix, because ultimately it's going to lead to other issues down the line. So I guess whoever has a question, and I'm very respectful. I'm not going to disrespect anybody. I'm not going to speak over anybody. You can ask the host. I'm very respectful with how I come about things.
Before we get into questions, can you answer the prompt?
No, I don't think they can ever be true friends, because it's always going to be a sense of who's going to stab who in the back first, whether it be a microaggression or something to that nature. Us as white people are always going to be inherently racist, no matter what, no matter how long they're unpacking the quote unpacking phase that liberals come in and say, we're unpacking. That bag is never ending. You're going to be unpacking for the rest of your life, and even after you unalive, your kids are going to be unpacking, and their kids are going to be unpacking, because there's so many years of ingrained racism that continuously will be unpacked. So I lean more into it than leaning away from it.
Oh, I like this.
Okay, we're going to go in turn. So Omezi's going to go first, and then we're going to go C, Daniela, so forth. Go ahead.
So do you align, like, do you believe that, so you said that you believe that everybody needs to go back to their own nations. So what do you mean by that?
So America is indigenous people's lands. Everyone needs to get the hell out of America, because it's all indigenous people's lands. White people need to go back to European nations, whether it's Norway, Europe, UK, wherever it be. We all need to go back to where we're from.
Okay. All right. I'll pass the mic to C, because
Yeah. I wanted to ask, if racism was reversed, so if black people set up this system and white people were the oppressed, would you still feel the same way?
In what aspect, ma'am?
In how you feel, would you still feel the same way?
That just exactly what I said.
The system was okay, because you know that racism is a system set up for white people to be on top and for all race of colors to be on the bottom, right?
100%.
So I'm saying, if the system was set up for black people to be on top and white people to be on the bottom, would you still feel the same way?
That we all need to go back to our own countries and per se just put white people in black people's position currently?
No, what I mean is, because the position of power that you would have, you wouldn't have it in your own countries.
Correct.
Right.
There would
So
still
you would be Right, so you would be in the position of black people with no power whatsoever, no system, everything going against you. So returning to your own countries, and you wouldn't be in a good position. That's what I'm saying. So put yourself in the black person's position. Would you still feel the same way?
Yes, because I want to be separated, and at that point, it would become a system of not so much. Obviously, white people can't experience racism. Anyone that says they can, they're ignorant.
Mhm.
But it would be more so a system of hierarchies and classism.
And this is what I'm saying. If you white people was not able to have any say, I'm talking about. You've got to look at it on the sense of where we black people are right now, right? Look at yourself as where we black people are right now, right? Now, if you are in that position right now where we are, regardless if you leave America and go back to your European country, whatever, you still don't have a system that is there that's rooting for you in order for you to then have the wealth and the generational wealth and the land space and all of that you need in order to create this community that you want.
Yes, I'd still be for it because I fully believe in separation.
Okay, no problem. That's
Can I go next?
No, we're going in turns. You're gonna go soon, but we're gonna go in turns. C, are you finished with your questions?
Yeah, I'm finished for now. I'll let everyone else ask their questions.
Danielle.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
real quick. Yeah.
So if you're in the chat, please tap her screen. Tap. Get it to 15K. Share the live, guys. Please share the live. And also gift the panel if you want and gift the host. Thank you. Continue.
Thank you. Daniela, go ahead.
Christina can take my spot, or you can skip to Cinderella.
Oh, I'm going to skip to Cinderella. We're going to go in turns. Go ahead, Cinderella. Do you have any questions for our YT nationalists on the panel?
A lot of what he says sounds actually is sound to me a little bit. However, I've been going through a journey with trying to find my roots and where my people come from. And from my understanding, we're the salt of the earth. So meaning we're throughout the planet. We've come from the earth, and I don't really know like what that would actually look like for yourselves, but you've clearly answered C and said regardless of whether you guys would be without, you would still be for a separation. So I think you kind of answered my question. I just want to ask you though, in relation to your nationalist parties or your nationalist group, have you ever seen anything in relation to, like, you see the second question on the prompt, without black people becoming market research, do you feel like your group studies other groups and therefore want the separation, or...
So are you more so asking if like I want to separate because of what we've learned from other communities?
Yeah. Sorry.
No need to apologize. Essentially yes, but no. I just feel that the only way that so this is going to feel weird coming from someone who doesn't like black people, but the only way that black people are ever going to get a response in whether it's America, UK, whatever country you in is with violence. And I say that to say that you've been black people have a lot more empathy than us white people do. We're savages, we're war torn. The only thing we understand is war, fear mongering, savagery, things to that nature. So the only way that black people, indigenous people, anyone other than white are going to get any results is with violence. So that's why I believe in separation, because ultimately that's what it's going to come to, is a mass violence issue. And I'm not for the mass violence. A lot of people who are part of the nationalist group are for violence, personally, I'm not for that. You know, I will defend if I have to, but I rather everyone just have what they're owed and just leave each other alone.
So someone in the comments asks, real quick. Someone in the comments asks, who was violence learned from? Who taught violence?
Or the white people.
I told you he was very honest. Very honest. Okay, go ahead, Cinder.
I must say, I actually admire how transparent you are at the moment.
Cinderella, babe, please don't say you admire a racist.
No, I don't admire nothing about him. He's coming up here. You don't see what he's doing. Do you understand? But I see exactly what he's doing. Yeah? Don't admire shit. There ain't nothing to admire. Yeah?
Well,
That's what I'm letting you know. Because he's low-key disrespecting. You hear that?
Wait. No, we can't.
And I almost feel like him being given the platform is like we're glorifying him, like
No.
we're
No.
questioning
we're not
him.
glorifying
No, we're not glorifying him. No.
We're getting a perspective.
He's exercising his freedom of speech.
I'm not trying to
You guys have to
glorify
wait.
him
You
whatsoever.
guys have to wait. Wait a minute. We're not glorifying him. What we're doing is getting the YT perspective. That's what we're doing. That's all this is. It's not about glorifying anything. We actually want to know what YT people think. Now, we want to know these things. So he's on the panel for a reason, so we can know. So you can ask him the questions that you want to ask. And so far, for the amount of times that I've spent time with him on a panel, he's been straightforward. This was the funniest thing, but the most honest thing. A girl came up, she was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna like me." He said, "No, I don't like you. In fact, I hate you." We have to hear these things.
I'd rather for him to be.
But I'd like to know why they hate us. Why they hate us. What's the hate? What has caused all of this hate?
Sorry, can I just ask my sister something? I want to ask my sister something.
I'd rather for him to be truthful with us.
Because the whole thing can't be about the racist. Let me ask my sister something. So, Untamed, you just said we have to hear this when we experience it and we hear it every day as Black people. So why do you feel like we have to hear it?
No, we want to.
Because we want to know. We want to know. Racism
I want to know the
eyes
truth
of the white people. We want to know that.
If you think about it, Daniela.
Wait, Mizzy, let her speak, babe.
Okay.
So
go on, Untamed.
I don't want to see my enemy in a costume. I want to see him straightforward in his regular clothing. I want to see that, and I think as Black people, we need to see that. We don't need to be around the people that say, "No, I'm not racist," but we know they are.
Agree.
Exactly.
I see plenty of racists in real life.
But wait a minute. What he's doing, he's speaking outward because he did say, I forgot what the percentage was. What was the percentage of YT people you said think like you?
I mean, I can say 100% of our group do, but I would say 73% of Americans think like this. It's just there's only a small percentage that are like me, that are open and not scared to be politically correct and all this other shit. I'm just open about it.
Right. And do you think that they believe that they're not racist?
Oh, 100%. The white liberal is your worst enemy.
So is this just about America then? Like not like that, but is this about the racist man in America?
No, it's about the
American
white
terms.
mind. Daniel, it's about the mind of the white people.
You gotta
look at the
listen.
mindset.
You gotta listen.
Right,
You
hold
have
on.
to listen. You
Right.
have to listen.
He's using
Because
Question.
yeah.
I just basically want to know, like, why do they feel so hatred? Like, why do they feel so strongly? Is it jealousy? I really want to know. If you want to speak honestly, can you please,
I don't think, personally, I don't think
I
matters.
want to hear from I'm back. I'll be honest with you. I want to hear from him. I want to know, is it jealousy? What is it that makes you guys hate us so much?
So it's not necessarily jealousy. It's just what's been ingrained. You know, okay, so typically somebody who quote unquote says they have problems with Black people, they're going to come up and say, "Oh, I got jumped by 3 Black dudes or 5 Black." It's always 3 or 5 Black people that did something to them. And that's never happened to me. As I became older and became an adult, I just never tried to, quote, unpack the inherent things from my ancestors. I leaned into it.
So you don't know.
But do you think that
why
that's a
there's
justified reason? Do you think that that's a justified reason?
That makes sense because he was indoctrinated in his talk,
Yeah,
right?
it's justified, man.
Right?
I can't know, because as a grown person, yes, when you're young, yes, you can be taught certain things, but as a grown person, do you not think you owe it to yourself?
All
to
right, guys.
actually
Technically,
do
quick
the
mod
right
break.
thing?
Quick
Why are you
mod
trying to
break.
guilt trip
Before
people?
Untamed introduced the racist guy, she did say she wants everyone to go in order and one at a time. Technically, if Cinderella is finished, it's JC, then it's Casino, then it's Love, then it's back to Omezi.
Says Daniela that butts in at any given time.
I'm just following the host rules.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
now,
guys, get the tap the
I'm
screen.
still-
Get
I'm
the
still
line
trying
to 15K, please. Please get the line to 15K, guys. Tap. Share the live.
So
Thank you.
is it like a brotherhood thing? Like, is it something that's been passed down for generations, or? Because surely you must know why you and people that are like-minded to you hate us. Maybe I wasn't listening.
Generational thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
So
said
it's
that it's
just-
Yeah,
something
he said it was a
you from his
generational thing, but
elders.
he didn't know why.
Yeah, so
But
what
there
are you
must
asking me?
be.
Wait, Casino. Wait. Let him finish.
I don't have a specific
Sorry, I'm
reason
just eager.
as to why I can't give you like a specific reason. It's just whenever, as I was growing up, I knew I always felt differently towards people other than white. And my parents are have normal microaggressions, things of that nature. But my mom and dad both were in the school system helping people, everything to that nature, either way. So it didn't come from them. It more so came from my grandfather and his era versus my parents. And it's something that things he would say, I would overlook. And then as I became an adult, I'm like, why the hell are we even going to try when we're never going to get along? So why not lean into it instead of trying to pretend to be something that I'm not? Like these white liberals that would come in and say, oh, I'm here to help you. I'm the white savior. I'm here to help you with my white tears. I'm going to do all these things for you. And no, fuck that. I'm worried about white people instead of anyone else.
I've got
Okay.
another question, but I'll wait.
Okay. Okay, Nova. JC, are you still here? I don't know that JC's still here. We're gonna move on to Casino. Oh wait, JC's still here. JC, do you have any questions for a white tea nationalist?
I'm just listening.
Okay.
I'll talk when I hear something.
Okay, go ahead, Casino.
Sorry, I was a little bit eager before, but from what I heard him say initially, I don't really disagree with anything that he said. All of what I heard was self-preservation and him wanting the betterment for his people. I don't think that's really anything different to what any of us want, aside from the fact that we feel like we've been marginalized and we have supremacists against us.
And that's true. And I don't know. I can only speak from the American, structural, internalized things to that nature. But the system here, I mean, even medically, the system here is set to screw over black people. I mean, I go to a hospital, a black person, the same exact symptoms go to a hospital. I'm going to get treated better because, quote, it's perceived that a black person is going to have a higher pain tolerance or need less medication, things to that nature. And it's my ancestors' fault that it happened, but I don't feel no guilt about it. So if that makes sense to kind of what you're saying, like I know that that the system is set up for me to succeed, and I fully use it every single day. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to say that, oh, I'm trying to do things to dismantle the system. No, I continue to use it to prosper. Why wouldn't I?
So, real quick, Maceo in the comments is asking if you believe in reparations. I know the answer to this, but I want you to answer.
So yes, actually I do believe in reparations because I don't believe in stealing things, and majority of the shit that the world is functioning on is stolen from either tribal land or either African land. So I 100% believe if there was a way to give each person some kind of monetary gain or monetary settlement from the resources that were stolen from your native land, 100% believe in that.
So Ra Rizzy, that's exactly what he wants. Okay, continue. Love, you still there, Love?
Yes, I am. From what I'm hearing, even though you don't like other groups, it doesn't sound like you agree with the abuse of other groups. So is that true that you don't agree with, YT people abusing black people and things like that?
Yes, ma'am. I don't believe that anyone should be abused, period, plain and simple. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean that you deserve any kind of punishment.
Okay. I really think that the questions that I had, you already answered them. That's why it's so short. So I'm gonna leave it there for now.
Can I ask?
So hold on, wait a minute, hold on, real quick. So we're gonna go back in turn, and I'm gonna just say something real quick, because now, and Facts, I know you heard us before. We don't believe you, right? Because this is like soft racism, but what what this is if you listen to what he's saying what we say. We want to be separate from them. We want to, and I don't know if that's the feelings of everybody on this panel, but for the people that I usually hang around with.
Yes, we want to be separated.
Yes. So the people that I usually hang with on the app, he's just saying what we're saying, but in YT terms. So I think what triggers most people when he's speaking is that he's white.
He doesn't like us.
No, that's fine,
That's the
I
triggering
can't.
part.
They don't
Right, I
like
don't think even the
they don't like about what you said.
hold on. I don't think that that he doesn't like us triggers. I don't care if white people don't like me. I really don't care.
Either.
So I don't think that's the triggering part. I really think the triggering part is that he's white and he's saying the same things that we say in reverse, right? So yeah, now I don't hold the same sentiments that all black people need to go back to Africa. I think you go where you need to go. I don't hold those sentiments, but what he's saying is like what we say, but in reverse, on the YT side.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I quickly answer a question? Sorry, my darling.
I was just going to quickly say I remembered my other question. Can I ask it before we go all the way around?
Go ahead.
You can go on, Love.
I actually do not believe that most racists or most YT people, how can I say this, that they just want the separation and they don't agree with the abuse and things like that. I think that, there may be some people who are like that and who think like him. I don't think that they do. So this is my question. Do you share these things with other YT people that, that there should be reparations, that there should not be abuse, things like that?
So I've said this numerous times on a couple of other panels I got invited to. I'm an oddity. I'm kind of a weird stance on that because I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be near you. I don't want to associate with you. So whatever way that can happen, like with per se, let's go down to reparations. They don't believe that we owe you anything. And per se, I don't feel that I owe you anything from what my ancestors did, but I do feel that you are owed something because things were stolen from you. So I'm different because I want a peaceful separation where everyone can live where they're supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you answered my question. What I asked is that do you share these views with other YT people? And real quick, in terms of that you all don't owe us based on what your ancestors did, well, if you shouldn't, I guess you say, have to pay back or whatever because you didn't do what they did, why should you enjoy generational wealth?
I mean, if we have time, we can go down that if you want to.
Yeah, please. We're into the discussion.
Can I just quickly ask my question before you go down there? Because it entails the same. You have to answer it in the same sort of thing. right? I'm sorry, guys, for jumping in.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Yeah, sorry. You said that 73% of America thinks like yourself, right? But they're just not. They're not. Most of them are not brave enough to actually come out and say what they're what you're saying.
Right.
If 73% of America feels like that, why is it that when Black people try to assimilate in America and have their own, the same Americans that feel like you go and burn it down, destroy it, infiltrate it, just literally stop them from doing what it is that they're trying to do in order to separate themselves from you all? Why do you stop them?
I can't speak for other people, but I mean that's their racist ideologies coming out because
no, it's the government. The government has a whole CIA force, or your FBI force, your criminal system force is there to literally infiltrate anything that Black people do that is good for themselves in America, even if they want to separate or become somebody or have something. The same white people that you're saying, 73% of you that want to see Black people out of the country, that don't like Black people, that don't want nothing to do with Black people, they are the same white people that sabotage them, which causes them to have to stay.
correct. So
why do you do that?
If you get a chance, look up. Obviously, you know what a neo-Schmatzi is, and then there's a white supremacist. So those people are different than white nationalists. I don't associate with those people. They believe that they're superior to you, and they believe that you should fail, and that they should be able to control your entire race and control anything other than white. I don't believe that. White nationalists believe just in securing our race and taking care of our race and keeping our race going forward.
So you don't like us based on the color of our skin. You don't like us based on the color of our skin, because I asked you, and so did the young lady underneath me. She asked you, what did Black people do that has caused your race of white people to hate us so much? And you cannot give a genuine answer. You're going to tell me that it was inherited.
I'm sorry, we
and
can't all cut in.
Your ancestors brought it down. No, that's not a you yourself as a young man have decided that you don't like us. Why? Because you were told not to like us. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
How? What has a Black person done physically to you?
Not a damn thing.
Exactly. So how can you come on a panel with all Black people and say, but I don't like you guys, I actually hate you? That's what you've done.
He's been indoctrinated and he's been grown up to think that way. If you've been grown
I
up,
can't hear what you're saying, Casino. So if
it's
you're
because he's been indoctrinated and brought up to think that way. So if you've been brought up to think and do things in a certain type of way, then you're not going to.
It's basically like a cult.
All right, mod break, guys.
That is not
Hold on a second,
justification.
everyone.
I'm sorry.
Backtrack. We've been on 15.3K for quite a while. Just give me a second, Casino.
It may not be a
If you guys are in the
justification
chat,
to accept what it is for.
hold on a second. If you guys are in the chat, I need you guys to like the live to 20K. Please like the live, give the panel, support the host. And we also have a moderator in the chat asking for order. Joyce Castell says she wants order. Before she introduced the races to the panel, she said she didn't want anyone speaking before and order. So I think, we're given permission to ask that question by the host. But technically, it's Comedy, and then I think it's Cinderella, and we're going to keep going in order. Is that alright? So, have you finished your question?
I'm finished now because I just keep getting spoken over, so don't miss. I keep forgetting what I wanted to say. So go ahead.
All right, so Emezi, feel free.
Real quick, we're also gonna have to cycle the panel out because I have someone in the comments. So, but go ahead. Whose turn was it? I'm lost.
It was C's turn.
People are jumping in. We can't have people jumping in.
Right.
Technically, it's Emezi.
Wait,
then we're gonna
order
go
because
Wait,
these
I'm gonna start.
questions,
Okay, I'm
these
moderating.
questions are important for everyone. And the people are asking questions. They want to know. People want to know. So let's not overspeak.
Okay. So, do you feel like you should go back to Europe?
If right now it was possible for all white people to go to Europe, and I would not run into.
No, I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about why don't you just go back to Europe then?
Because I would still have to deal with black people.
I mean, no, not certain countries, right?
I mean, give me one where there's not black people that I would have to deal with.
Argentina. It's not European, but there's 97% European there.
Russia.
Poland.
Russia.
They're black Russians.
There's black
Caucasus
people in
Mountain,
Russia.
the caves.
Oh yeah. I mean, but there's not that many. Okay, that was my question. I just
so what his idea is for everyone to just separate and go back to their respective countries.
They don't have a country.
Right.
And so, I'm sorry, this is what I actually said when it was my turn to speak. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Well, if that's the case, where would you go? Because I've done my research.
Also, for context, Fax did his DNA. He is 100% European, no admixtures. So I think he said, and you could correct me, that you would be able to choose from whatever your DNA would goes back to.
Correct. So in a obviously it's not a situation that will ever happen, but in an idealistic situation, sure. You know, you're where your DNA said you were from, you could choose to where you wanted to go back. And you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm white." I have proof that I'm 100% white. There's no admixture.
I saw it, y'all. I saw it.
It's
I saw it.
So are you? Wait. You say white, but what European country then?
So I can pull it up, and she can put it on the big screen.
No, you can. No, I don't want you to pull it up.
No, we don't need to see it.
No, we don't need to see it. Like, what European country?
So I'm Swedish, Norwegian, Scandinavian. What was it? It's Eastern European, and I have some Irish. I don't claim the Irish part, but I have some Irish.
Wow, this is interesting. Thank you.
Yes, very.
Go ahead, C. Go ahead.
Racist cocktail. That's a Long Island.
Why don't you claim Irish?
Wait. You're skipping. Then Cinderella, you skipped C. Go ahead, C.
No, I was saying that's a full racist cocktail right there. Honestly,
it is. It absolutely is.
Racist cocktail.
Full.
And
when I tell you, I saw his DNA.
That your DNA is. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
For real.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But my, as I said, to be quite honest, you guys would have to go back to the Caucasus Mountain and go back to your caves. That's exactly where you're going to have to go because that's where you come from. You have no land space. There's nothing where you think you come from that you come from. You don't. You'd have to go back to your mountains. I'm going to drop you real quick
because I'm going to add somebody to the panel. I'm going to drop you real quick. You can come back up later, though.
Is it Daniela? Go ahead, babe.
You can skip.
Every time somebody else is talking, you over talking them. Go ahead and talk.
No, I'm not over talking. I just do the mod break, and I'm just asking for everyone to keep the order.
No. I'm saying ask your question. Just ask them.
I don't have any questions for the racist.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Cinderella.
How comes you don't claim you're Irish? What makes Ireland a so-called sin for you? Why don't you like Ireland?
So, in the white culture, Irish people are going to be closer to black people.
Can you say that again, please?
In the white culture, Irish people are going to be closer to black people than your typical, European, Norwegian, Scandinavian, things of that nature.
Okay, so you're admitting that the black people are more so linked to Ireland than the white people?
Oh, 100%, yes. 1,000%.
So with that being said, that's a European country though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I rest my case.
And then
I'm gonna do a moderator break real quick. All right, so go ahead and tap the screen, guys. Get the live to 20K. If you're on the panel, if you're in the live, please gift the live. Thank you. Continue.
In fact, actually, I've got another question. Is there something that your group knows that our people don't know about, say, heritage and things of that nature?
I don't. Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by that? Heritage
So
meaning, like what aspect?
I can almost imagine not many people, not many black people would have that knowledge of, being from from England originally, Great Britain, right? But I just want to know, because it seems like you've got some knowledge, somewhat of a bit of knowledge on the case. So I was just wondering if you know some stuff, that may have been hidden from us.
I mean, nothing off the top of my head. I mean, you all seem like very. Oh, am I muted? Oh, that was muted. Sorry. Nothing off the top of my head. I mean, y'all, you seem like very intelligent people. So I'm sure you did your own research. So anything I tell you is nothing that you don't already know.
So he knows because he did his DNA, so we could do the same thing. And some of us have.
And the thing is, you know what, Untamed, they know the real history. They know exactly who we are and where we come from. They know. And they come up and they act ignorant because they want to find out what we know. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. They know their full history. They know exactly what's going on.
I haven't denied anything. I come up here and told you that we're savage people, we're war-hungry people, and I'm not going to deny any of that.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just literally agreeing that you know. You guys know who you are. You know exactly who we as black people are. And you know what you've done.
A lot of white people also... Go ahead, Cinderella.
Sorry, I find it upsetting that you still, even though you are, kind of flattering me with like nice words, like, although I've done my own research, but I actually want to hear it from you. No one on this panel knows my research. I mean, you can probably guess where I'm coming from, but I just want to know, like, could you just, say something? Can you be on, because you're being so open and honest already?
I mean, are you talking about like the violence that my people have caused to your people, or what?
No,
I'm not understanding.
No, we've established that. Sorry.
Treat me like you already think I am. You think I'm an idiot. Tell me exactly what you want to know.
We're moving from slavery. We're not going into slavery. We're moving from slavery. We're moving into the black excellence of blackness. Yeah, we're moving where we were and where you weren't.
We're not going into the slavery argument. I want to know, like, because you're clearly aware that Ireland is where black people come from, right? So not many people are aware of that. You have to go and find that information. So you've clearly got hidden knowledge. I just want to know whether...
Wait, hidden knowledge of what? I think I'm lost in your question. What does he have?
What she's trying to ask, Untamed, is does he know that black people ruled England?
Right, we've got people on the panel who haven't spoken, and we was
muting me.
I didn't mute you. I didn't mute you. I'm not the only mod.
Time out, because I think I'm lost in the question.
I'm trying to explain, Untamed, what's happening. Yeah, wait. She's explaining that we as black people ruled Europe at one point. So she's asking this racist guy, does he have any information on that? Because he has information on Ireland, which is a part of Europe. So she's done her research on the fact that black people were once rulers of Europe. So she wants to ask him what his knowledge is on that.
And the reason why I asked that is because he said that he wants to go back to Europe, but that doesn't make any sense to me, if you get where I'm coming from.
All right, so Cinderella, after you make this point, we're going to go to Maceo because he hasn't spoken, Pandini hasn't spoken, Casino hasn't spoken in a while, all right? And then back to the top.
Yeah, to say. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
So clearly on the surface, majority of people aren't that deeply educated as I am. I I do a lot more research because I talk to a lot of people and they try to put me in a corner. And I understand that essentially there are black people from every, I can't say every corner of the world, but essentially majority of European people, the slaves originally started in European nations. So there were Aboriginal black people in European nations. So technically speaking, white people wouldn't have anywhere to go but, woods, caves, Caucasus Mountains, things to that nature, truthfully speaking. I don't think that black people would want to go to European nations because they're barren nations. You would struggle to farm, to have proper things there, whereas majority of people from your group would prefer to go back to their motherland. And I'm not saying that every black person is from Africa. I 100% know that. A lot of black people are from Ireland. And that's where a lot of the confusion starts with people. Oh, well, there was Irish people that were slaves. Of course there were. There were black Irish people who were slaves. White people from Ireland were never slaves. They were indentured servants who were working off debts that they owed to people who were more powerful than them. So does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, how is it? To a little
To an extent, but you can't go to the slavery argument because we were ruling. That's where we're from. The fact that you're saying that we're gonna struggle because of a lack of agriculture, like that's actually a lie. Like you're saying that your people want to go to these places. Why would you want to go there if you know that people struggle with agriculture? That doesn't make any sense to me. But
All right, so,
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, let's just try to keep it going now. So, Maceo, you're next if you wanted to say anything.
Maceo.
And then, Maceo, sorry. And then after, I believe it's Casino, and we can just keep it moving in that order.
Yeah, okay, yeah, enough of the yapping. So, are you familiar with Tom Metzger?
Yes.
Okay, so do you agree with him when he had that conversation with Frances Quest Welsing, and she asked him about how many YT people fear genetic annihilation, and he said pretty much all of us?
So, yes, and that's more so the premise where white nationalist stands, because if we continue to, intermingle with other races, it's going to essentially... So his point of it's going to cancel out the white race, but it's going to also diminish the black race, because then you're not going to have any pure black people or any white people. There's no pure bloodline, obviously, but they're going to have less blackness and less whiteness. So annihilating the complete bloodline, no, but the race is going to struggle on both sides, because you got to look at it from a black standpoint.
Because we have the dominant genes, you have the recessive genes. Pale skin, light hair, light eyes, those are all recessive traits. That's why most biracial kids phenotypically present as black.
Correct, but then you do have those biracial kids who do phenotypically present as white.
Anomalies.
It's a smaller percentage.
Anomaly.
Anomaly, smaller percentage, same argument. But you're still going to have black people who are still going to carry that white gene. So why would you want to continue to intermingle between people and have that white
But
gene?
the real issue is, you just admitted the real issue. You guys fear you won't be here because of us, right? So you're very well aware of like the Pew Research and the Brookings data talking about since 2000 to 2010, the number of white and black biracial people has literally doubled within that time frame. So you just admitted you're scared of that because you know you cannot keep up with us like that. You know if this continues, there will be no more white people. That's the real reason you want separation. So all of this stuff about, well, we're so barbaric and we need to go over there because of how we treated you. No, you know if this continues, there won't be no more you, correct?
Sir, I said that from the beginning, that I stand on the premise 10 toes down of preserving the white race.
Okay,
I've never denied that.
But you made it seem like, we just need to separate because there's never going to be an end to this racism issue, so it's better if we just split up.
It's not.
No, well, it could end. I mean, if you invent something, you can destroy it also. But
So how would it end? Because the white person's always going to be having, it's always going to have a never-ending bag of unpacking. Their kids will be unpacking.
I'm
their
not
kids
talking
will be
about
unpacking.
feelings. See, that's where y'all this nonsense about feelings that don't matter to me because racism is a financial tool. The Portuguese and the Spaniards invented it to justify chattel slavery so that they could make billions and billions of dollars, create wealth and power off the enslavement of black people. Racism ain't got nothing to do with feelings. So again, if racism is profitable, to end racism, you have to make it too expensive to be racist, correct?
I mean, in America, yes. I can't speak on other countries, but you sound like you're American, so yes. It is a system to profit off the backs of black people, correct?
Okay, so all I'm gonna ask this is, what have you heard white people say about black people when black people weren't around?
What are you getting at specifically?
I'm asking you what you've heard white people say about black people when black people weren't around.
I mean, lots of things, lots of negative things about you, things of that nature. Wish they would leave, wish they'd go back where they came from. Racism in general.
You can't be more specific.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Words?
Yeah, say what you heard them say.
There's plenty of words, but those words aren't no need to be said because they hold no meaning anymore.
Okay, so how did you feel when you heard that?
Proud.
Exactly. And y'all sat here and believed everything else he said. So somebody up here saying, I believe you deserve reparations, but I don't feel guilty for what my ancestors did, which led to you deserving reparations. But y'all believe this nonsense.
And that's why I said I don't believe it's going to be so much reparations. It's just going to be, I don't believe in stealing from your people. And that was shit that was stolen from you.
But you said you don't have guilt for it, so you do believe in it.
I don't have any guilt for it all because I didn't
So
have
how
any
could you
part
say
in it.
you don't believe in it, but you don't have guilt in you benefiting from it?
I didn't have any part in it, so why am I going to
Oh,
have
so
guilt?
now we go back to the surface level argument. My people weren't around, so I wasn't there when it
No,
happened.
my ancestors did it, sure.
Yeah, but you said you don't feel guilty for it, so you're proud of that.
Okay, so let's turn to the steps on it. Your ancestors, your dad goes and does something horrible right now. Do you feel guilt for it?
Depends on what he did.
Unalives a shit ton of people.
I would feel very guilty for that.
You would feel guilty for what your dad did.
Yeah, if he unalived a bunch of people, yeah, I would feel guilty
Okay,
for that.
so then should you have to go and pay that family, all of those families that he unalived out of your pocket?
It depends on how this justice system divides that up.
Exactly.
It may have to come from me or my family. It may have to come from us. That's why we have civil suits, correct? When you want a monetary judgment for something that's been done to you, you go to civil court for that, right?
Correct, but
Okay.
so
You removed yourself from that by saying, I don't feel no guilt for that.
I wanted you to go down that suit. So then you're an employee of a business. Your business gets sued.
Sorry, 1 second. Quick mod break.
Your business gets sued.
Come on, babe.
So then, as an employee of,
Sorry, go ahead, guys, and tap the screen. We want to get the live up to 25K. Go ahead and tap. Please gift the panel. Please gift the host. Please tap the screen. Continue to tap, guys. Share the live.
Right.
All
Also,
continue.
can you guys see my comments in the chat as well? Just everyone let me know if you can see my comments.
You were whatever you said was probably filtered. Find a different way to say it.
I can't see your comments.
No, I can't see. Okay. All right.
okay, so then you essentially would have no, let's just down. You would essentially have no issues with paying people millions of dollars for what your father did.
No.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
Okay. Well, you already conceded earlier in this conversation that black people actually have empathy, which your people don't, and you're just showcasing that more by saying somebody who benefited from harming another person or off the oppression of another people, they shouldn't feel empathy because of that.
I mean, have you not listened to anything that I said? I've
I've listened to all of the nonsense, sir.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Anything that you say, sir. I am openly racist.
So why did you say bullshit when I said that then?
Full of shit. You just said he's full of shit.
Exactly.
I did because there's no way that today in America that you're going to willingly and not go to court and fight it to say that you have to pay those families millions and millions of
If
dollars for
my
something
company
that your
harmed
father
them,
did.
I can't argue against that.
No. I said you are an employee of that company. You're not the owner of that company. You're the employee of that company, which would feed down to I'm the lineage of my ancestors. I'm not my ancestors. So my ancestors would be the company. I would be the employee.
So what you're forgetting is that you're still benefiting off of what your ancestors did. So yeah, you're still responsible.
Through no faults of my own.
Okay, so do you think that it was justified when the slave owners actually got reparations for slavery, quote unquote, ending?
No.
Exactly. Okay.
I don't.
All right, so let's keep it moving. Casino, do you want to jump in? Maceo, sorry.
Maceo.
Oh, Maceo. All right, I got it now. Maceo, sorry, bro. All right, if Maceo's finished, we can go to Casino. We do need to bring some other people up to the panel they're requesting. So yeah, go ahead, Casino.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand where we're driving this narrative towards, because the whole story made it clear that this guy has the same perspective as us. The only difference is that he's white and we're black. So I feel like everybody is trying to ask him these trick questions. Just, I don't get it.
No, it's not trick questions. It doesn't make sense for him and YT people. It doesn't make sense at all.
You don't understand that he's pandering to the room by feeding you red meat to get away from the ultimate thing is they can't survive if black people and white people keep having children together. That's the only reason. That's the only. But see, he tried to cover it up by saying we're so violent and we have no empathy and it's just better off if we separate because we're never gonna. That has nothing to do with it. And a lot of people in the room bought that nonsense. The reason he
Yeah, but forget all the gaslighting. He said the truth. He said the point. So like we can't.
Well, that was the whole thing because
like you can't get caught up in the gaslighting and use that as reason.
You sat here and agreed with it. You sat here and agreed with it. You sat here and agreed with
what
it.
he said. Do you want your race to die out?
Wait.
I agreed because I agree with self-preservation and the betterment of my people. So I don't see any problem with anybody else having the same mind. And as the host already made it clear, that this guy is saying the same thing that we say.
Listen, there is no self-preservation for black people until racism is eradicated.
What?
That's crazy.
So you telling me our community can thrive with racism alive? Is that what you telling me?
Whether it's right,
if we're in our own communities, why would we have racism?
Sir.
What?
Do y'all know? What? Do y'all know? How much of Africa do you think is still owned by the crown and other nations? They don't have to be there to control it. They can be.
No, see, you're not under. No, I get where you're coming from.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Wait.
Foreign nations still control Africa from a distance.
I know that, but you're talking about tribalism. He was talking about
tribalism. What are you talking about, bro?
Tribalism. That's what's going on in Africa.
And who's responsible for that?
We know who's responsible for that.
So how exactly is us being separated going to stop that?
My love.
Time out.
I just want to say something real quick. If y'all are going to argue amongst each other, I'm going to drop because that's a black issue. That's not a me issue. I don't need to.
Listen, racist, calm down. 1 second, okay? Just you calm down. We don't need instructions from you. I've been trying to be tolerant and patient, but you just need to calm down. So if Casino's finished, let's go to Panda Nini, baby girl, because she hasn't spoken. She's been waiting for a long time. Then we're going to back to the top to Omezi and then JC. Go ahead, Panda Nini.
Okay, thank you, Daniela. I don't believe well, let me just say this. I believe that what I'm back, aka what Facts Over Feelings was saying, is just 100% performative. He's infiltrated so many black lives and said the same thing. Also, I remember that he was dropped from Solo's live because he said that he doesn't believe that YT people should be responsible for what their ancestors did. He got into an argument with him and he got dropped. So he's lying about reparations. He's lying about going back to Europe. He's lying about all of these things. He doesn't believe any of this stuff. And if you want to be honest, he's not telling us anything that we don't already know about YT people culturally. We know you're barbaric. We know you steal. We know you lie. We know you manipulate. All of the things that you're telling us, it's not really educational. It's simply that there is a YT man verbalizing the thoughts and sentiments that we're already familiar with. And for you to come up here and act and do what white people do and say, well, if you're going to be doing this, then I'll just leave. Who cares?
Right. The thing is, Panda, he has said all of these things, but remember, the host welcomed him up here and said that she wants and we should hear it coming directly from the horse's mouth effectively. I absolutely agree with what you said, which is why I've chosen not to engage. I don't need to engage with a racist, but that is literally, I think, why he's been welcomed up here, because the host feels that it is good for the black community to hear it directly from a man who is racist. Obviously, I disagree, but respectfully, we have to, respect the host,
Yeah, I definitely respect the host. I'm just saying that right there is a show. It just showed to me his feelings of entitlement. All eyes need to be on me. If you do all of this talking in the background, I'm gonna leave. He was centering himself in a live that is hosted by a black person, and the panelists are black. And he did the white thing.
He was centered himself because he was given that pedestal. He was welcomed into this live to have all the questions directed at him.
Please let me finish. I understand that. I'm talking about his behavior. While he was invited by the host, but he's still behaving like a racist YT man up here. And he's acting as though it's a punishment for us if he leaves when we don't care.
I don't know if that's okay.
That's not what I was saying.
I don't think that's what he was saying, though.
What I said was, if y'all are going to argue amongst each other, I don't need to be here for that, because that's not a white issue. I need to leave if you're going to argue amongst each other and not have a white person up here. That's what I said.
So like in previous panels, we respectfully, not respectfully, but we removed him when it became a black, instead of when we stopped asking him questions and him talking, he was removed. So I think that's what he's talking to.
Okay, my mistake. I apologize.
No apologies. No apologies.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
It's just like it's obvious. Oh, I was just gonna say, it's just what he's doing isn't educational, and I just find it really it's very suspect with the fact that he frequents black lives specifically to do this stuff. He claims that he wants us to be separated. Then go be with your people.
Yeah, he was.
He does frequent black spaces, which is confusing to me. Very confusing, because he doesn't want to be around us. He doesn't want to intermingle with us. He doesn't want to associate with us. But he is always in our spaces. Absolutely.
Can I speak to that?
Hold on real quick. Yeah, you can respond in 1 second. He also I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Go ahead. Respond to that.
All right.
I was just saying, you can drop me now, host, because I don't want to take up space. That's the only thing that I wanted to say, is that he's a liar and he knows he's a liar.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. It's like soft corn. It's not real. This is why I wanted him up here. It's like soft corn. Nothing about what he's saying will be beneficial to him. Nothing will be beneficial to the YT people. They're going to unalive faster than they are unaliving right now. The lands that he wants all YT people to go to are barren. They have nothing.
They're
So
not even
they're
from
not going to be
there.
able. Hold on, they're not going to be able to survive. So what he's saying is like soft corn. It's not real.
Yeah. If I could just make one more statement, I agree with you wholeheartedly, host. It's so ridiculous to say that those lands are barren, but he understands that that they are, I guess, fertile in other areas, and the nature of white people is to be barbaric and pillage and take over and stuff. And he thinks that we're gonna believe that they're gonna stay, they're gonna remain in a barren land and not come bother us. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's another thing that he said. The war's not going to end. They will come and war us. That's another thing that he says. So what is the point of separating if you're going to just come and war us? Like a lot of things that he says does not make sense at all.
So I just wanted to say, Untamed, even if the stuff that he says don't make sense, how come you felt like it was so important for us to listen to him? We've been listening to him. He's been on a pedestal for nearly over an hour.
He's not on a pedestal. He is not on a pedestal at all.
No, I kind of get it. I get why she brought him up here, because it's like you want to hear from the horse's mouth. It's like we want to hear what he really has to say, because the thing about it is they say this stuff behind our back. That's why I was telling you in the comments. But I actually want to hear from the horse's mouth. Like, I want to hear this. I've never heard a YT person say this before.
Did it make you feel better?
My thing is this.
Did it what?
Did it make you feel better?
Yeah, that's what. How did it make you guys feel hearing it from the horse's mouth? Because I've heard it before.
I've heard it for over 20 years.
Because it's not real. It's not real. I think we're taking this too serious. It's not real. Nothing that he says is real.
Can I say something?
I honestly wait. No, you just came in. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
What? Wait. You said how did it make me feel?
Yeah, you wanted to hear it so bad. So do you feel better now? Did it make you feel better?
No, now you're being condescending. I never said it made me feel better. I just wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Why?
It's an experience. It's a learning experience. I wanted to hear it from this guy. I want to hear from a.
So you wanted to hear the lies directly from the liar?
Learn and experience. What's the problem with that? That's why we're on the panel.
What exactly did you learn from a liar?
How they lie.
Hold on. How did he lie? He told who he was.
He just said, how did he lie?
Very conniving. It comes across like it's better.
Sorry, everyone can't talk each other. You guys can't do that. Cinderella, baby girl, it's not your turn right now. Miss Sayo, I'm sorry if I keep saying it wrong. I know you feel passionate. Say it again, Untamed.
Yeah, I'm not being passionate right
Maceo, I got it. I will get it eventually. Maceo, because in my head I keep saying arms, and I know it's not. That's not right, but it's just the arms distracted me. All right, and I know you're passionate. You keep jumping in, and then Casino, you spoke. So we got a mod on the panel now. It's Cryptic. We're gonna go to Cryptic. Then we're gonna go back to Omezi, and then we got to go to JC. JC's been up there quietly, patiently waiting for a long time. Let's tap the line. Let's get to 20k, 25k, guys, please.
Before we change the subject, can I say something, please? Because what I'm confused about is...
No, Casino, it technically wasn't your turn, babe. So just give me a second.
Yeah, but I've been trying to say...
We're going to go to Cryptic, and then we're going to go back to the top. And if you unmute yourself again, you're going to get dropped. So we're going to go to Cryptic, and then we're going to go back to the top.
Okay, I don't really have necessarily a question. I'm just trying to figure out, are we trying to maintain order or not?
Yes, we need order.
Okay, what I've been trying to do is I mute you guys because when you're out of turn, I will mute you. If you keep doing it too many times, I will drop you. Point blank, period. I am the host friend. I've known her for a while. Okay, so please, folks, when we try to maintain order, okay, please? Because it's getting like all over the place. We can't hear anybody or anything. No, like it's Messiah, right? The host said from the beginning that she wanted to maintain order. Point blank, period. And folks, please tap the live. I try to get to 25k, but the first goal is get to 20, get to 25k. So folks, if it's not your turn, please keep it on mute. so everybody can hear everything, okay? And like, I will drop back in the panel, let somebody else up if they want to come up, but I can't because nobody seems to be listening. All right, folks, let's keep it going. Thank you.
Thank you, Maud. So let's go back up to Amezi. Amezi.
You can skip me. I don't have anything.
JC.
I actually came up here because I haven't seen the host in a while, for months now. So
Yeah.
I came up here because I saw everyone chilling. But I'm gonna stay on mute. If I have anything to add, I'll wait till it's my turn and I add some. But don't drop it. That should piss me off. I'll be so triggered. Power trigger, whatever that word is. But yeah.
All right. So Cinderella. Oh, well, sorry, JC. Did you want to say something, babe? Sorry.
Maybe it's too much. Nah.
Okay. Cinderella, babe.
Thank you, guys. I just want to say, like, it's a really wicked thing what you're doing, like what I'm doing. He's basically coming to us with sweet words, like he's basically agreeing with us, but in his own light. But really, he's basically trying to claim lands that is not his, and that's what I'm trying to say and show you people, like. Our stuff, we don't even know where we really come from. I've done my research. They know where they come from. That's why they want to stake claim on Europe so bad. Like, they know exactly what the hell that they're doing. Like, they've been practicing this for generations. They've always had their eyes on our lands. They've always wanted our stuff. And now he's coming with a similar ideology to us and coming in like a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm not here for it.
I don't think anybody's here for it. Everybody who he's interacted with, well, most people who he's interacted with don't believe him at all. So this is it's just a fantasy. In my opinion, it's fantasy. It's all fantasy. Number one, it won't happen. Number two, it doesn't make sense for it to happen for them. It's a bunch of bullshit.
I just don't understand how anyone in their right mind, right? Because he seems, somewhat reasonable, I just don't get why. And this is passed down through generations. It's actually scary.
Can I just jump in, Mod? I mean, host. I don't think. Yeah. First of all, this guy was invited. He was invited as a racist. He opened up with he's a proud racist. You guys said you wanted to hear him out. You wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth. He's stayed true to what he's saying. He's not cosplaying as a racist. He's told you exactly how he feels.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think I learned anything from him. I've been listening, and I've heard all the questions that was asked to him. And he's answered the questions as a racist would, as a racist should. So I don't know why you feel like he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, Cinderella, and all of that. But
I understand why she's saying that.
Me too.
He's not presenting the way I feel like he really wants to. I feel like he's coming up here soft-spoken and not saying the real things that he wants to say. Yes, he said he's openly racist, but then he says he believes in reparations. Then he says he doesn't want to harm us. He just hates us. It is very wolf in sheep's clothing.
Mm-hmm. I will be honest with you. I'm actually grateful for actually hearing it, because I didn't realize to the extent of how they could actually come in and actually try and stake claim on things that are not theirs. That this is a generational thing that they've been doing for ages, and I've not seen it. I've been, like I said, I've been in areas where I shouldn't have been, and I'm just grateful to actually see this. To be honest, I'm actually grateful. I can't lie.
The foolery. The tomfoolery, yeah. It is. I would rather much like it if he just came out proud, hardcore racist. I would rather see that. I
He's
would
not a
rather see
real
that.
Until you want
racist.
him to degrade us and disrespect us and start
They
throwing
already
the
do.
N word around.
They already do.
If he was
No,
a
I mean this
true,
guy, this I'm back guy. Is that the energy you want him to be on today?
Yeah,
I'm grateful
rather
he's
that
like
energy.
this now. Like it just goes to show, like they can be so reasonable. Like
No, Cinderella, that's the thing, babe.
I don't know
You know
why.
what? Can I just say something, guys? That's also how Candace Owens talks when she's speaking to the white savior people.
Wait, hold on, because I don't feel words can't hurt me. We already know how they feel. Why be soft about it? Be hardcore about it.
We already know
Be
how
hardcore.
they feel.
Why be soft about it?
Exactly. This is TikTok.
Why tell me that you don't believe that I'm less than you when we know that you believe that I'm less than you? We know that. Yes, I'd rather see that. Call me
Yeah,
the
but why
N-word.
do you
That
want to
doesn't
hear
hurt
him
me.
say that? Like, that's the part that I don't get. Like, I don't need to hear him say that to me. Especially because we all know how he feels. Does that, do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
And to be quite honest, it doesn't bother me because whether he says it or doesn't say it, he's still gonna feel like it.
Yeah,
And whether
I do. Because the thing is, see, he has said, like, if he came and then spoke like someone who wasn't racist, I would understand that, okay, you're contradicting yourself. You came in here and said you're racist. No, our host literally said in the comments, she was like, I'm back. I'm going to introduce you guys to the panel. So when she introduced him as a racist. She's been in other lives and she's given us examples of how he speaks in other lives. So I don't know. Obviously, there's a few people on the panel who were like, I'm glad that I heard it from him. Like, I'm glad I heard it from him on TikTok. Like, this TikTok live has now educated you in what way? Like, what have you learned? Do you know what I mean?
But Daniela, because you feel the way you feel, you cannot be upset about someone else feeling the way they feel.
I'm not upset,
And
see?
it seems as though because the host has allowed this racist person on her live, it's absolutely upset you.
I'm not upset. See,
It sounds like you are very upset because you mentioned it more than once, more than twice.
You said it like 4 times.
Okay? And my thing is she's explained numerous times as to why he's actually here. Yeah? Now, no disrespect to you when I say this, but if it upsets you that much, then you come off the live. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, everybody else that's on the live...
I've been made a moderator in the live. If I wanted to come off the live, I would, and I'm not very upset.
Though,
and the only thing that I asked, because you're directing it at
let
me.
me finish what I'm saying because
I've heard you, see.
No.
I have heard you. I have heard you. I didn't mute you.
Hold on. Let's see finish what she's saying.
Yeah,
Hold on.
and this is what you've been doing most of the night. And
here we go with the attacking Daniela. See,
yeah, because Daniela,
put your personal issues with me to the side.
It's the truth. Do you understand? It's the truth. And as I said, the truth might offend, but it's not a sin. Okay?
So why is it the truth because you're saying it?
Because it's the truth. Because at the end of the day, I'm not the only person on this live that's seen what you've been doing and hearing what you've been saying. I'm reacting off of what you've said.
Yeah? And I'm responding to what
over and over again, literally like you have a problem with the host. And
okay, first of all, I talked to the host off of TikTok. Thank you very much. The host is someone that I would consider a friend, so you don't need to speak on my relationship with the host. Okay, see?
I'm speaking on what you said. I'm not speaking on your relationship. I'm speaking on
you said I got a problem with the host. Why would I have a problem with my friend?
Okay,
that doesn't make sense.
Can I just go back? Because it was still my turn. I just wanted to just reiterate, right, that I personally appreciate the way he's coming only because it just puts into perspective how these people have actually come with their silver tongue towards my people and stolen things. Yes, we're so used to them acting out and lashing out and doing all the most of it, but to actually have someone that can kind of come in wool sheets clothing and come with a similar ideology and still in this space now, right? Yeah. And this is what I said, this is what I was relating to back before, like when they come into our spaces, like this is I agree with Daniela as well. I agree with the host, and I agree with Daniela. I don't think he should be here, but at the same time, I'm grateful to have this knowledge of how they can actually come with such smooth words, and he's still in our space.
Can we move to the people who have questions for him before he leaves, and then we can have all these statements after he leaves or something like that? Because there's people who still have questions for him.
Well, he did what he came to do, cause chaos and confusion. Y'all sitting here,
Every time.
y'all sitting here arguing, and he been on mute for 10 minutes. But I'll never understand this this rationalizing of racism because it's said to you nicely. But what's his name? I'm back. Would you concede that white supremacy is really white inferiority?
As I said numerous times, I don't believe in white supremacy. I don't believe I'm superior to you.
I'm not saying that you believe it, but would you believe that white supremacy is white inferiority?
A lot of people believe that way. Sure, I'll go with that premise.
Okay.
I don't believe that any man is superior to another man.
See, that's the confusing part. You don't believe that, but then you hate us.
Correct.
See?
So that's what I said.
Because
I'm
of
a
the
white
inferiority complex.
Exactly.
If you were going for the basketball team, if you were trying out for the basketball team and you're 5'3" and somebody else is 7'6", you're gonna feel some type of way about that. He's 5'3", you're 7'6", so they have to cheat to be on equal or above you footing, correct? That's why he hates you. That's why they have to separate, because they can't survive. Nature is already unaliving them. Am I correct on that? Your birth rates are down, correct?
If you say something I disagree with, on you.
Okay, so their birth rates are down. So you double that with the interracial dating and mixing, quote unquote. How are they going to survive? They're not. I would be angry too if another group was literally causing the annihilation of my race.
And that's where my whole premise stands off, where I start of that I'm trying to secure the white race and continue the white race down the line. So, I mean, essentially, you understand where the hell I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But
you're saying the same thing that Tom Metzger and David Duke and all of them said before. That's why I'm surprised people have never heard this before.
I don't really stand with David Duke because he's a dumbass. But
well, he's a redneck, but y'all believe the same thing pretty much.
Yeah, he just believes he's superior to you. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm just essentially what it comes down to is I don't like anything other than white. I care about keeping the white race alive, and it, like you said, I'm not going to disagree with anything you're saying. And any other white supremacist neo is going to say, "Oh, well, no, that's not the case." Yes, it's the case. We're being outbirthed. We're being outbred. We're being call it outsourced to other races, and the white gene is slowly going away.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that should. I'm completely against that.
I know you are.
And that's why ultimately I am labeled a racist, and I don't like black people.
Well, let's be honest. You're almost there, but you're not really there, because a true racist wouldn't even be in a black space talking to black people about why you're scared of black people. You're probably JV racist, but you ain't varsity yet.
I'm not scared of you. I just don't want to intermingle and cross over with your people.
Well, let me ask you this. In your estimation, how many white people fear genetic annihilation from black people?
So, openly, or like it's just like in the back of their mind?
Back of their minds, openly.
I mean, I'd call it 50-50.
Oh, so 50% are open about it, 50% they think it but don't say it.
Yes, but a lot of them are also going to be okay with it.
I disagree with that. So
there's a lot of white liberals who, you live in America, so you can understand this. You know, some shit's happening. The white liberals always going to be there to save you, and the host can speak on this too. They're always going to come up and try to save you. Correct?
Well, they're going to pretend they are. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. They're going to, quote unquote, their liberal peers are going to try to help you. I believe that they shouldn't even be doing that shit. You need to worry about your own people, and they don't need to come in and tell you what you need to do. And that's the kind of shit that when I say white people need to police their own people, that's the kind of shit that the white people need to shut the fuck up about that and deal with white people issues.
But see, that's where you lose me, because white liberals are just agents deceiving black people. They're actually acting on your favor, even though you don't even like the interaction. But it's helping your argument out, because they're not helping the black community. If anything, they're a detriment.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I 100%
Right. So
agree.
wait, what you're arguing is in favor to us, not in favor to you. It's weird. Like, it's backwards. I don't know if you hear what you say.
I do, and that's what me and Mel were talking about. That whenever she was saying that, and that's why I come into Black Spaces, is because I want to figure out a way for, in 20 years for us all to just be leaving each other the fuck alone. So if a conversation starts and black people look at shit the same way that my cracker ass looks at shit, then why can't we come to a mutual agreement of how, obviously we're not going to be able to all go back to our own countries. That's clearly hypothetical shit that would never, ever happen, because there's white people that are just going to refuse to leave. But if we're starting a discussion now in 30 years, why can't something actually change where black people can have their own spaces where white people actually aren't fucking allowed in it, and white people can have their own spaces where black people aren't actually allowed in? I don't want to divide. I don't want to do anything among the black community. And whenever I said earlier that I would drop if y'all arguing, I meant that shit, because I fully stand on what I say. I have no business being part of black arguments. I just want to actually create
Okay, so you're saying you have no business being a part of black arguments, but you have every business in black lives. And you're saying that so long as the focus on the live is not on you and questions are not directed to you, say it gets a little bit heated between the black people in the live, as if the light is not shining on you, you're going to drop. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying at all, ma'am. I'm saying that I don't need to be up here if y'all are arguing amongst each other, because then that's going to show that it's a white man creating divide among you. And I'm not trying to do that. I want y'all all to band together to all be against the white man.
You don't believe that. So
100%.
Okay,
I know where this is going.
100%.
This sounds like you want a R war.
So
100%. I want you against
so
us.
I
was just thinking.
So wouldn't
Sounds like you want the R war.
wouldn't
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like an R war.
Wouldn't the
war for real.
survival of your people be predicated solely on hegemony, since that's the only way you've been able to advance?
Yes.
Okay, so that means even if you all go to Europe, all white people go to Europe, they kick out the 3% of black people that are over there, whatever, right?
It's not
You're
their
still
land.
you're still going to be a hegemonic people that invade other countries. You don't have to actually be living in a country to control it. The 21 wealthiest families in Jamaica ain't black. Much
I know
of
that.
Africa is owned and operated by other nations. You ain't got to live there to run it. So what you're really saying is, we're going to go over to Europe because they're going to breed us out, but we're still going to control their resources in Africa and other places to benefit us, because that's what a true racist is going to do. Self-preservation through society, politics, and finance. That's all racism really is. But you're not saying that.
Because you're lumping me into a group with other people who believe that.
But am I wrong though?
You're not wrong in what you're saying, but you can't say what I believe. I honestly believe and wish that we could all just self-preserve and deal with our own issues.
Without us. You can't without us. That's the point. You cannot preserve your people without us.
I mean, I can if we stop breeding with you.
No. You guys are still gonna unalive out.
Can I say something?
I just got one more question. What percentage of white people? What percentage
Hold
of
on
white
a second.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. Look, I was gonna moderate the. Well, oh, never mind. Then somebody muted me.
What
Let
percentage?
Maceo finish his question. After Maceo, go ahead and mod.
What percentage of white people do you think, openly or subconsciously, are okay with their children or grandchildren being biracial?
You said what percent are okay with it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to depend on. it's going to depend on what generation you're looking at. Because if you're looking at 60-year-olds, they're obviously going to be like no. But if you're looking at the new 40 and under ones that are having grandkids at younger rates, they're going to be okay with it because what's the word that we Americans use? I lost the train of thought. What the word is, but they're going to be okay with it.
I disagree with that.
Progressivism. There's going to be a lot of white people on the surface who are going to say they're okay with it.
Yeah, but a lot of them are doing that because they know that's the only way they can survive is to mix with us.
Yes. I asked him that, Maceo. He said he never heard that. So what I heard directly from a white tea man's mouth is that they allow like a certain person in a generation to procreate with a black person so their genes could end up being stronger, and it's for self-preservation at the end of the day.
Yes.
I heard that from a white tea person's mouth.
No, it's true.
Yeah, I'm back said he never heard that before.
There's somebody has a question in the audience. They say, Panda says, ask him what he thinks about the federal protections for AB being lifted.
Is AB what I'm thinking AB is?
Yes, fetus deletus.
Hey guys, tap the live, get the live to 25K please. Tap the live, share the live, and gift the panelists and gift the host. Thank you so much. Continue, guys.
Yes, guys, and you need to stay on mute until it's your turn. If you come off mute, you're going to be muted. If you keep doing it, you're going to get dropped. Thank you. Continue, guys.
So I don't believe in fetus deletus at all, unless it's grape or incest.
So was the opening up for it to be banned YT people basically practicing self-preservation?
Well, I mean, if you go off the beginning of AB clinics, I mean, it was racist in itself.
Well, no, okay. Who holds the most AB rates? What race?
It's not white people.
Who is it? I don't know about that.
Who is it then?
It's Hispanic and black people.
Hispanic's not a race.
I'm sorry, Latino.
Latino's not a race.
Latino is considered a race in America.
No, it's not. Latino is culture. White person could be Latino. Black person could be Latino.
Yeah.
So that in America you're gonna have in America you're gonna have white and you're gonna have white non-Hispanic. So Hispanic people are actually classified into the white race unless they classify as white non-Hispanic, which equals out to Latina or Latina X. So if you go onto a job application or any government application in America, Latino is a race in America.
Let me tell you
should know that
something.
you live here.
They don't care if we abort if we AB our babies. They don't give a damn. So who they do care about is their people, YT people. It's not for us. We could, if we AB'd our children every time we got pregnant, they would be happy. So that was not for us at all.
Okay, Untamed, I don't like discrediting what you say, but I'm 100% against AB in all situations, and you know that.
That's your personal feelings, but what it was, what that law was put in place, you have to think about it objectively, right? What was the law put in place for?
I know, and I said that AB clinics were racist in themselves. I mean, they was set up for racism. Margaret Thatcher was a racist. Plain and simple. But I don't believe in unaliving fetuses. Plain and simple. No, I don't care what your race is.
All right. Thank you, racist. I want to ask the host something, and then Sabir is next to speak. So when you said that they don't care if we unalive, and obviously this is in America because obviously it's different in the UK. But when you say that they don't care if we AB the babies, is it not like contradictory to their agenda? Because they keep putting, so I see on the media and the news, they keep putting them Planned Parenthood clinics predominantly in the black neighborhoods and areas.
They're putting them in our neighborhoods, yes.